Hello everybody, Tahoe Yak Fisher here. We have another very breezy day in the Sierras, but I think I'm going to try to go fishing anyway. Now, I have showed you guys this kayak a couple of times and even caught some fish from it, but I wanted to show you some stuff I just did and what it looks like fully rigged to fish. Now, this is an Ocean Kayak Scrambler 11 foot 6 inch sit on top. Not super wide, but very stable regardless. This hull works awesome in the surf as well as on lakes, and could even run, mild river stuff. And it retails for about between $500 and $599. I've seen it as cheap as $509. I think standard retail is like $599, but that makes it a pretty affordable kayak. Comes with that seat that you see there, and all of the bungee riggings, which I think I showed you in the first video. But I'm going to show you what I have done to make it a pretty sick little fishing kayak. Okay, so, we did the bow hatch in a previous video, and that did, in fact, allow me to put nuts and bolts on a Yak Attack 8-inch track. I did the aluminum track, and it's the new Toploader version. I think the old version has basically disappeared. It's got a Scotty gear head, I think it's called, with a spinning bait casting rod holder on it. Now, this is not a kayak I'm going to do much trolling in. It's on the right hand side of the boat. I'm right-handed, and when I land a fish, and once I get it netted and I want both hands to deal with the hook and so forth, I have somewhere to set the rod down. Now, I was not able to reach from there to put nuts and bolts on it, but I have a neighbor with much longer arms than me. That being said, there is Yak Attack rigging bullets in my future. I'm sick of not being able to reach stuff, and if I could have reached it, I would have put bigger washers and things like that maybe I'll do at a later date. But it is stainless steel hardware, and it is much more stable than the plastic tracks that were on that Pescador Pro. So that thing was about 20 bucks, 23 bucks, the track, about 23 bucks with shipping and all of that good stuff. I already had the gear head and the rod holder, so good stuff there. The hatch, though, is still going to be very useful for lots of stuff. And once I get the rigging bullets, that's still where the rigging bullets will go in to be able to attach other things. Moving on down, here is my setup with my milk crate. Now, I showed you guys the flagpole holder. This is there it is out at an angle. I can loosen that and drop it all the way into the water if I want underwater footage. You can see I've got a bunch of tools right at finger's reach, and still my second rod holder in the trolling position if I wanted to do some trolling on this, which, I'm certainly not going to troll on Tahoe or Fallen Leaf Lake, but maybe Blue Lakes, some of the smaller lakes where I'm just going to be top line trolling a spinner, something like that. I got my net there, and this is the kayak that I'm going to use on those smaller lakes. So, I don't know if you guys can see this. Well, sure you can. This is a Rubbermaid pasta container that I have strapped in there with some rubber straps, Rossignol straps. I work in the ski industry in the wintertime, and there's my anchor, and I'm got a piece of pool noodle in there so I don't bust the container when I drop my anchor in there, and I've got the standard trick with the zip tie, and this stuff is actually Kevlar climbing rope, so ultra strong, going to, a floaty and some cord to drop it down. And I don't really see the benefit of an anchor trolley when you can basically, depending on which side of the boat I anchor, is going to determine which way it's going to face. And you know, I have 180 degrees at least of range depending on which side, you know, in any direction. So if I want to point one way, I can anchor on one side of the boat. If I want to point the other, I can anchor on the other side of the boat and still have 180 degrees. So these pad eyes is where I've been hooking the anchor rope, and it's actually working awesome. And actually that pad eye I'm also going to utilize for a rod leash, you know. So, you know, and then I think I mentioned this, but so when I'm fishing and I'm anchoring in different places and bringing the anchor up, I can drop my anchor right in there under the tank well. Got a ton of space under there. Very good space to use for all kinds of stuff, you know. And look at how good that works. Put it at a killer angle. You know, my GoPro's actually inside charging because I'm going to try to go fishing today. So I just wanted to show you guys how this kayak is rigged up. I've tried trolling on Tahoe a couple of times with the Hobie with my new lead line set up and haven't had too much luck. And today it's too windy to fish on Tahoe, so I'm headed out to a little alpine lake called Woods Lake that is protected. Not only is it protected, but it was stocked at some point this past week. So I'm guaranteed to bring in some fish. So later on today, we're going to be catching some fish. I'll post up some videos of that. But you know, you guys, this kayak, 11 foot 6 inch, long enough to go fast, short enough to be maneuverable. Ocean Kayak makes a very durable boat. If there's people out there looking for an inexpensive kayak that would be great for fishing, I highly recommend this one. As you can see, I've turned it into a pretty formidable little fishing kayak. I've really enjoyed the times I've used it so far. And it is a bargain. So anybody interested, please consider this boat, because I certainly love mine. And very easy to upgrade, as you can see. So comment, say hi to Jesse, and thanks very much for watching. Yak Fisher out.